Immortal, VP.
Naku, lakad mo to.
Normally.
Who will enforce your will upon the battlefield today?
It does feel like it. I think the Husker is going to be a massive problem to
here we
deal
go.
with unless Rutia is ready.
They found Tim's. That'll be the first blood. Gabby able to take it on the Medusa. And looks like Zephyr will move in to try and take it, but FBZ is going to be there with the immediate burrow strike. Quick TP's out, but the epicenter is going to be there from FBZ. Still, they do go for the life drain. FBZ going to be healed up here from Tim's. Might just be able to survive, though. The jump in from Carl's going to be out, and they will find a positive trade for T1. Boom Esports just trying to get a little bit too...
FBZ around FBZ to break.
Yeah, nice positioning from FBZ. Gonna break the smoke, and they just... Well, actually, Jackie still almost getting caught out as FBZ. He's gonna go for an epicenter. Onto Gabby he goes. Zephyr is going to melt, but now the arena down. Cuckoo setting up very nicely onto the Sand King as they try to save, but it's not going to be enough. FBZ, he's still alive. He's going to walk out of there, and now Gabby, he's the one falling, but in goes Carl. He'll try to start another fight towards the south. Still Jackie will jump in along with FBZ on the Sand King. Carl will be fine. Meanwhile, Gabby still being back off for now. They're not feeling quite safe. FBZ, he's got the epi, he sees Whitemon, he'll move in for a burrow strike, but there's not going to be the backup, not quite yet. Cuckoo, however, happily jumping in. It's going to be a very similar trade as FBZ gives his life up for a support, but without the Sand King, it's going to be very hard to contest this Roshan. T1, they'll be happy with the trade. They love to catch out the AM. FBZ is going to be around. Cuckoo still chasing, is going to find Scrim. It's not quite the target you would have wanted, but you'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take the kill.
And Gabby just working on towards the Satanic now, while Jackie does work towards an Abyssal Blade into an MKB. So it looks like he is trying to resolve the issue of that butterfly and the evasion that the Medusa is going to have. Fair enough. Obviously, Yapaj not at a stage where he can carry this game for Boom, so it is all reliant on Jackie right now. The bot lane looks like a team fight has broken out, and they are going to find Yapaj. Meanwhile, top lane go. Whitemon already in position on the Pugna to try and break the smoke, but they are going to wrap around the long way here. Boom Esports might run right into Carl. That'd be a great pick-off if they can find it. Instead, right now, they are going to focus on Zephyr because that's the only hero they can see on the map. And that should be a free kill here for Boom. Eventually, if they have detection, and they will. Schem comes in to save the day. Even buys a gem straight up. Just reading the map very well. Jackie's going to buy a BKB out now, and they might try to force this fight. Gabby, he'll move in, but FBZ, he's broken the smoke and moves in with the epicenter. But who have they got? It's going to be Whitemon on the backside. Yapaj, he tries to jump in with the nullifier, but now he's been caught out with a bushwhack. He might just drop, and he does. So far, so good for T1. If they'll chase for a bit more now, they'll find Schem. And all they lose is Whitemon, as they've even found another, and it's going to be FBZ on the Sand King, who tries to run away. But in the meantime, Zephyr, he will also drop to Jackie. FBZ still going to try to run, but gets taunted by Carl. Another win for T1, and this might just open up Roshan for them.
A rough time for them. They have good high ground defense. They really need to find a good angle with the overgrowth and the burrow strike epicenter here.
Really smart itemization though from T1, like going back to the Basher. Once you have the Abyssal Blade up, as soon as that taunt ends onto Jackie, you just stun him with an Abyssal Blade. It makes enough sense. You just need more lockdown for the anti-mage, and that's about all T1 want, as FBZ is going to try and jump in. Spears off the mark in the backside. Jackie, he gets caught out. He'll pop the BKB with the taunts there. They've got the control, and they've got Jackie down. He's got no buyback. Oh, and here goes Yapaj. He will be the third to drop without buyback as well. Oh, and suddenly T1, it looks like they've got two Raxes. In fact, they're going for T4 towers now. Gabby, understanding they may not have buyback at the moment, are going to move in for the jugular straight off the bat, John, here for game number 1. Is this game just over? Epicenter burrow strike is out. FBZ, he's going to try one last time. Carl, he'll make the jump in though and just takes him out. Oh boy. T1. Yeah, GG's call. They'll take it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 will go the way of T1. And it was a rather slow, methodical game, Jonathan, but you've got to give it to T1. They just make no mistakes.
They play so clean.
Who will enforce your will upon the battlefield today?
Very low right now, is going to get chased down. They have the sentry for the detection. They're going to get first blood. And would you believe it, John? Gabby will claim first blood for a second game in a row.
Great news for T1. You know, Gabby on his Luna just wants to farm up a little bit, has a lot of ways of itemizing. This opens up that path rather quickly.
Per se of SCA, but ever since Boom won that Gamers Galaxy tournament, you know, people have been speaking about Boom more, and I think as T1, you need to prove a point right here and now in this best of 3 that you are the better team.
Yeah, and they certainly are shaping up that. Very disciplined plays. They are rotating top.
Now that they are, Jackie very far forward with no support around him, is probably set to fall and will do. Carl with a very nice rotation of the direction. Scrim is going to be around to try and help out, but it might be a 3v2 scenario. They will see Jackie now. They've got the sharpshooter available on Zephyr, so the burst damage is going to be there as Whitemon. He's already laughing about this. Sharpshooter's going to be out. They even popped the Ravage just in case they needed it. And it's well worth it. The Scrim, he'll get jumped to boot, but he cannot hold anyone down right now. He doesn't have level 6 yet. And Cuckoo, he might just be too tanky.
The Luna's almost ready to go, and perhaps the BKB afterwards to really seal the deal. And FBZ?
Yeah, getting caught out again. That's one thing we haven't talked about at all, John. FBZ hasn't moved from that bot lane, and he's kind of the idol. So even Zephyr looking to set up now. Might just move in. They'll have a Vortex into a Sharpshooter and a Bushwhack, and they'll take him down. Carl immediately getting the tips out. No hesitation.
Oh man, they scanned out that smoke. They make the move onto mid, and now they smoke themselves here on T1, disrupting Boom's movement. Might find something good.
They're just playing them like a fiddle. I mean, T1 is playing Boom Esports like...
Perhaps top will be the place they do it.
Center, FBZ gonna move in, but who's the target? They'll try on the Luna. Life Drain is out though. There's your Ravage from Cuckoo, and now the turnaround. Yopaj is gone again. More tips out from Carlos. They've got the Sharpshooter. They'll take down FBZ to boot. It's a desperate play from a desperate team in game number 2. And T1 Johnson. Yopaj remnant away in time. Cuckoo, they're at least gonna find the keeper. So Tims will drop. Cuckoo still wants to keep going. He has Blink Ravage. There's your Nightmare out from Scrim, but I think this might work the way of T1. How do you force this fight? Boom, they're still going to try. Along with FBC, they'll go right after Whitemon. He might just drop and finally does. Cuckoo, he never got the Ravage off in time, so now they'll try for the Tide Hunter. They'll try to take down the Watermelon. In the meantime, Carl is going to pop the BKB and just kind of walk away. They'll continue on to Cuckoo with the epicenter. They might just have enough. So suddenly Boom Esports showing signs of life in this game number 2.
And that's a really big win. Could be a bit of an issue coming into this one.
Another double damage rune. You couldn't have asked for much more here as the Ember. BKB available, they want to try and move in, and Cuckoo's going to be targeted. Zephyr's around to try and help out Cuckoo. He has the Ravage. He's been very patient with it, as Yopaj will keep going with the BKB. Cuckoo, he's dropping low. He might need to pop it, but he'll hold out instead. He'll hold out. It'll be a 1-for-1 so far, but Boom now looking to back off as Carl moves in with Gabby, and the Eclipse is out. Jackie's going to drop on the CK. Even without the Ravage
follow-up, there's a lot of AoE control from T1. And that Boom is still relying on only FBZ to really deliver that. It's all down to the Sand King with his initiation.
Oh, there's your Vortex out into the Ravage Cuckoo. He's right in on 4 of them. They've already got Scrim and Tims down. They'll both fight back as Whitemon, he's going to be targeted on the punt. FBZ, he'll keep going, and Jackie, he'll make the jump in. Cuckoo's gone. It's a complete mess in the mid lane as they've got Gabby on the Luna. They might be able to take him down. Gabby, he's dropping real darn low, but where's your damage output? It's not going to be there, but the Burrow Strike out from FBZ is just not enough. The Idol, he'll try himself as he gets Gabby down onto the Storm. They might clean up here on Boom Esports. Yopaj will do it himself. Does he have the chains out? He do. They spotted both supports, so Yopaj trying to move in, but Carl is going to be there on the Ember, trying to burst him down. It's not quite enough yet. In the meantime, Cuckoo's down. His Ravage will not be expended, as they'll even get Zephyr and Jackie. He finds Whitemon on the Pugna. It's a great team fight for Boom, as they're even going to find Gabby now. He'll try to BKB up and run, but they'll chase him to the ends of the earth. They want the Lunar kill. The highest net worth on the map is going to go down. Now he's completely surrounded without a BKB. There is zero chance of survival. And Carl, he's already pushing out the mid lane in preparation to get his way out. But in the meantime, Boom Esports are still going for a second lane of barracks here. And Yopaj, he's going to find a double damage on his way back to make matters even more difficult for T1. They're going to try and defend now. Carl, he'll move in with the BKB out, trying to take down Jackie, but he's got a Heart of Tarrasque. Gabby, he's going to pop the Eclipse, but the BKB keeping Jackie safe at least for now, as they'll try to heal him up. Nightmare is there. Jackie still dropping low, still trying to fight this one out, as here comes Japoy. They've got the CK down, but now Gabby's been caught up. The Ravage is there. Cuckoo, he may have turned it around. If they've got Yopaj down, FBZ still trying. Whitemon, he'll just keep life draining up. Suck him dry, Whitemon. Scrim, he is somehow not able to get the punt, but now does. But now Carl jumps in with a 3-man Yopaj. So tense this team fight already, as Yopaj going to try and go on Zephyr, but they get the bushwhack off. Vortex is there. They'll try to blow him up, but no, the Fiend Grip is out. Carl, he's been caught out by Scrim. They do not find the Bane either. Now Cuckoo's gone a boot. No Ravage available on the Tide. And Gabby, he's been left to his own devices. He needs to try and fight this one out, but he is all alone, just being helped out by Whitemon. He needs to leave the area. And that'll mean Boom should be able to get away with this Roshan, but Cuckoo brought back. They might have to force the fight because of this.
And they've still got Ravage on Cuckoo. No follow through from the Storm. They have a little bit of time to go into that pit. Condition is a good Vortex Ravage. Right? Like, it's always been that condition since they had this Ags up, and we saw a little bit of that in the fight.
Oh, Gabby. He's been stunned up. They're forced to use the Ravage too early. They might find the Aegis, but this is exactly what Boom wants. They'll make the jump, and with a huge epicenter from FBZ to set up the fight, and now Carl's been caught out. Scrim, it's a perfect Fiend Grip from Boom Esports.
No
Two diebacks around, and that's GG. Game number 2 gonna go the way of Boom and John. We get our wish. Game 3 on the way between these two SEA Titans. And what a game 2 it was.
Choose your hero.
It's not guaranteed yet. Zephyr, he's going to get caught out. There's your TI Zephyr, right into the arrow. Cuckoo's going to try and protect them on the Aphotic Shield. They've saved the day. Zephyr's still alive. Yopaj is the one in trouble. He'll back off, but it's a 5v5 engagement. SEA Starless Cuckoo now. He's the one in danger. He's going to drop. They take down the Master. No need to compensate, Jonathan.
Oh, Mike. Why you gotta
Nobody
do this
brought
to
up
me?
friends. Well, yeah, nobody brought it up, John. You keep trying to tell us you have all these friends that you keep going out with. Just relax. We all know you're sitting at home, just on your bed, you know, doing your thing. This top lane, we are going to see Cuckoo go down on the Mars. Zephyr unable to help. I apologize.
Tims misses out, and that does allow Carl to survive. He doesn't manage to cancel off the salve on Yopaj, and oh, there you go.
Yeah, never mind. First one was just a calibration arrow, John. Second one always hits.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Yopaj dominating mid, steady times with the DK mid, and because of how stable the side lanes are, of course, you do have that movement out. You have an off-lane Timbersaw. He doesn't really need the support of the Mirana to do much. He's still keeping Gabby down quite a fair bit. Gabby is finding some decent amount of farm, at least a lot better than Jackie is right. You have to worry about the CK in comparison. And a bit of a smoke out here from Boom, looking to spot that.
They know exactly where Gabby is. So FBZ going to try and bully him out of this triangle, but Gabby, he's got the vision. In fact, they might try to force the fight, but the arrow landed on Carl, not allowing the epicenter to complete. He still pops him in the end and tries to move in on Yopaj with Cuckoo there with the Arena Spear. Yopaj, he's still fine. Disruption's going to come out from Scrim. Sharpshooter, it's going to be taken by FBZ, but he still ends up dropping. FBZ now, very, very low, needs a way out, but he's going to go down to boot. T1, what a great burrow strike from Carl. They'll have the follow-up and they'll just keep it going. This is exactly what T1 needed. They won't find Tims, but they got a 3-for-0 trade. That's something they really just desperately needed to get going here for the Radiant. Know exactly where they are. It's FBZ. Not going to get jumped yet. Carl still pump faking the epicenter. Boom, just patiently waiting for the jump in. Carl still not going for it, but now maybe this time he will commit it to the Burrow Strike. They've got FBZ controlled up. They even found Japoy. Disruption. It'll buy a bit of time for the Dragon Knight, but they'll lose FBZ. In T1, it seems like the patience may end up paying off as they'll find 2 for nothing. And they found 2 cores on top of that, John. FBZ and Jackie both end up dropping. T1, they want more. Cuckoo will go for a bit of a chase. He might just find Scrim here on the Shadow Demon. And that should be a third to come out as even the neutrals helping out by copying the arrow. Scrim, he'll just be surrounded. The T1, they'll get exactly what they wanted. The advantageous position. But T1 are very patient here on the low ground, just waiting as they break the smoke on FBZ. But Whitemon getting jumped. In fact, never mind FBZ. He's gone too far. He's going to get blown up immediately. In the meantime, Whitemon, he'll have the borrowed time to survive as they even found Scare to the Roshan pit, I guess. They did smoke into Phantasm Illusions. Tims? No, Tim still gets caught out. He'll drop the Marana, it seems, as he tries to leap away, but it's not going to be enough.
And that's the opening for Roche. Doesn't take too long with Gabby having that Deso up. Lots of openings now for T1 to take that. This kind of boils back to maybe a lack of team fight. They're really good at single fight control though.
They're going to try and still hear Yopash. He's already in, but he's a bit too early to the party. BKB's pop. Who clicks faster? Carl, he's got the epicenter. Jackie, he's the fastest clicker on the map right now. He's got the Aegis, but Carl setting up for a secure team fight. They already kill off Yopash. And they even found the tip. Not the greatest kill in the world, but it is certainly a start here for Boom.
It's 1 kill. They commit a lot to get that kill done. Dragon form on Yopaj, only half duration left. They do have their BKBs ready to go for a follow-up fight. Without that save, T1 might be in a bit more of an awkward spot. Roshan about 1 second.
And they go Cuckoo. He got spotted out on the Mars. That'll force the buyback from Whitemon, but look at them die with so much damage being pumped out. Oh, they just melt. Whitemon, he bought back for this. They are spotting Tims indeed, but he'll just leap away. Gabby's still trying, but just unable to catch him.
Push. They're too far.
They are very, very far right now. Yopash, he's just going to move into the tier 3 mid tower. In the meantime, FBZ is still fighting. They do get scammed, but they're losing their objectives. T1, they need to go back and defend right now, but they are still trying to fight this one out, but they're finally onto Yopash, who's going to BKB TP away. It's one of those. He's the target they've been looking for such a long time, and the Burrow Strike is out already, so they know they can catch him. Carl gonna try to run. There's your overwhelming blink out. He'll go for the TP attempt. He might just make it, but no, he is stuck and he is set to die. Did he cancel his own TP?
He had BKB up, Dragon Tail couldn't connect, and I don't think Reality Rift interrupts. They couldn't get Chaos Ball to spell immunity.
When they go, they want more. They're gonna find Cuckoo here on the Mars. That'll be 2 down. At least both have buyback here for T1, but they may be forced to commit it very soon. As Roshan once again is available. Very difficult to try and defend this against that Ancient Black Dragon here from Japoy. Jackie hitting like an absolute truck as well. So much HP to try and go through here for Gabby, as he's gonna actually jump in.
What?
Gabby, I'm not sure about that, Gabby. He's gonna have to back off at a great arena. Cuckoo, he may have saved the day, but at least find the Aegis of the CK first. The Yopash gonna keep going. Onto the TA they go. Gabby in big, big trouble, and he's gone. He'll buy back immediately, but they've got to keep the fight going here. T1 cannot back off. Their racks are just going down here to Jackie, who's just focusing on objectives, as they might find Cuckoo. He does not survive through it. He'll buy back as well, but they're against Megas now. Can they keep this team fight going? A nice bushwhack from Zephyr. They'll jump in again. Yopaj, he's just so tanky. He's taken no damage here, as they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink with this Dragon Knight. He will not die. There's another arrow out onto Carl, who's going to try to run, but it won't matter. They're against Megas. Boom Esports, they know this. They want to go right after the jugular. Into the tier 4 towers they go. They go. Again, tier 4 towers are still standing. Megas are incoming. It's just such a hard defense for T1. They've got to commit that buyback on Carl. Gabby. We find Cuckoo. He's going to make the jump in, and Carl He will commit the buyback. And we go for the fight. Cuckoo still falling low. He'll try into the Dragon Knight. Yopaj, he'll take no damage once again. They've got to look for the backside. Carl, he'll pop the epicenter. He might at least find Schem on the Shadow Demon. That'll be one, but it's a 4v4 scenario as Schem. He'll commit the buyback. Yopaj, he's still frontlining for his team, just not dying. They move in again onto the tier 4 tower. That'll be one gone. Carl, I'm not sure why you're trying to deny these tier 4 towers off right now. It's not the time, sir. Your second tier 4 under siege, but it's a very slow process. His arrow does land onto Whitemore with no borrowed time. He's just gone. He'll commit the buyback too. But that second tier 4 tower, it's not gonna last. Not very long anyway. Problem is the Dragon form is down. They'll make the jump in on Jackie. They'll try to go after the Chaos Knight. FBZ though is there to defend as they kill off Zephyr. He'll commit the buyback of the Hoodwink, but they are running very low on lives now on T1 as they jump in again. Boom Esports, who are we targeting? The Ancient's going down anyway. The Creeps are getting the job done. Bushwhack is there though, holding 2 down. They're still trying, but Jackie, he's onto the Ancient. He's done with this game.
Right. Trinkets.